Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Man, I'm going to let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to get some shots out to the early birds. We're going to start with C. Carrera. Yes, absolutely. It never rains in Southern California. Joe Shalom. What's up? What's up? What's up? Why not Bama? Joe Shalom. What it do? This is another shocker to me, fam. Another shocker. Ooh, man, they say they come in threes, right? So we just lost. Well, we didn't lose her. We know what she is. But, you know, Angie Stone just transitioned, in a car accident in Alabama. And now, Dwayne Wiggins. Nisha LTV, what's up? Jake. I was thinking, fam, that we hear about a lot of death, right? A lot of celebrities. And I think that has more to do with the internet, because before the advent of the internet, news organizations, they could determine what was important enough to cover or not, whose death was important enough to cover, what death, was important enough to cover. And I think social media leveled the playing field. It's like, nah, whoever that anybody deems important enough to cover, their death can be announced, and people can pick it up and spread the information. So while it might seem like more people are dying, we're probably right on par for how it's always been. JT Fuller, what up? But yeah, this is another shocker. Yeah, this is another shocker. I mean, we're still trying to process Angie Stone's death. Yeah, there you go. There go three right there. Raw Ayers. That's right. Raw Ayers also passed away. I think all of this happened within about a week. Yeah. Lynn Jackson, what's up? Okay, family, let's get into it. I'm going to put a pickup of Dwayne right quick. Here's a picture of Dwayne and the other guys in the group. If you didn't know, fam, Dwayne is he's the brother of Raphael Sadiq. So he has died per a statement on his Instagram account. So the family released a statement. They said, with broken hearts, we share with you that our beloved Dwayne passed away this morning, surrounded by family and loved ones. Over the past year, he has been privately and courageously battling bladder cancer. Through this fight, he remained committed and present for his family, his music, his fans, and his community. The statement continues. Dwayne's life was incomparable, and his music and service impacted millions around the world, including in his hometown of Oakland, California. He was a guitarist, producer, composer, philanthropist, mentor, and founding member of Toni. He was deeply passionate about providing artist development and mentorship to emerging young musicians, helping to shape the early careers of many. The family wrote, "For now, we ask that you continue to respect our privacy. We mourn with you and are deeply grateful for your love and support." Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful statement. A lot of those statements sound, I know that, when people die, people express themselves in different ways. But a lot of times the statements are cut and paste. Sounds very academic. But this, I felt that. Dwayne and the band, including Timothy Riley and Raphael Sadiq, was scheduled to perform at the Grand Theater Center for the Arts in Tracy, California on March 22nd. But the group released a statement a couple of days ago revealing that Dwayne had been sidelined with medical complications we know now to be cancer. Toni got his start on the Oakland scene in the mid-1980s and went on to release several platinum albums that included iconic R&B hits such as Feels Good, It Never Rains in Southern California, and Anniversary, and Let's Get Down featuring DJ Quick. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Great, great music. I was just jamming Toni last week. It's amazing how that type of stuff happens, how it goes. And this is after not like listening to their music for, as far as in my house, listening to the music for about 2-3 years. I hadn't played it because there's so much great music out there. You kind of like, you get into different little moods where you want to hear certain types of artists, and you might listen to the same artist for a month straight, right? And there's so many great artists over the years that you could literally just pick an artist a day to listen to for an entire year. Great artists. I'm talking about, don't get caught up in just the mainstream stuff. If you count outside of the mainstream, yeah, you can find several hundred great artists. Many who are unknown, but they're unsung. They may have contributed, one song to the musical landscape, maybe one song, maybe two, maybe three, but those songs were very impactful because most people who venture into the music world never have one song that's memorable. Never. Even groups, they don't have one song that's iconic, that's a classic. So to be able to pull that off with all of this stiff competition says a lot. Toni is one of the best of the best. Those guys know how to write music, they know how to write lyrics, and they know how to perform. What's up? What's up, Nathan Woods? All right, y'all got to stop it, fam. I'm seeing people saying something about Angela Winbush being dead. Angela Winbush is alive and well. She is alive and well. Appreciate you, Fred. Appreciate that. Cadillac Reese, Elvin Brown. J. Rip anniversary. William Webb, Pontiac, Michigan. What's up, Pontiac, Michigan? Big shout out to the homie in Detroit, Michigan. My man Zeke. Good dude, solid dude, holding it down. Detroit, y'all need to be very proud that you got somebody, a soldier like that on the ground in your city. What's up, broski? Light bright. What's family? If you're just not joining, we are talking about the passing of Toni, legendary guitarist Dwayne Wiggins, the brother of Raphael Sadiq. He passed away earlier this morning of bladder cancer, according to his family, and a statement that they posted on his Instagram account. In fact, I saw the statement on Toni's Instagram account. So that statement read, "With broken hearts, we share with you that our beloved Dwayne passed away this morning, surrounded by family and loved ones. Over the past year, he has been privately and courageously battling bladder cancer. Through this fight, he remained committed and present for his family, his music, his fans, and his community. Dwayne's life was incomparable, and his music and service impacted millions around the world, including in his hometown of Oakland, California. He was a guitarist, producer, composer, philanthropist, mentor, and founding member of Toni. He was deeply passionate about providing artist development and mentorship to emerging young musicians, helping to shape the early careers of many. For now, we ask that you continue to respect our privacy. We mourn with you, and we are deeply grateful for your love and support. In solidarity the Wiggins family. Sad news indeed. Sad news indeed. Got to send a bunch of love out to the family. Dwayne made his mark. Hey, man, can't ask for much more than that than to come up in this bad boy and make your mark. He made his mark. He left a legacy. I saw somebody on the post on his Instagram saying that they could not like the post. I'm just not grasping how many people who still don't understand what the like button is for. The like button is not to approve of the message. The like button does not mean that you are approving of the message from the person who holds the account, the host, whatever. It's not to say that you approve of the message. It does not mean that you agree with them. It means that you are liking the post because you are showing your appreciation for the content, for the work that the person is putting in. That's what the like button is for. So if you appreciate the content that creators post, if you appreciate the fact that they are posting the content and you're supporting them, you like the post for that reason. So that means that everybody watching right now, if you rocking with Willie D, if you cut for me, if you rocking with the platform, every time you come to the platform, you should immediately like the post, no matter what I'm talking about, because you liking the post to show your appreciation, for the work that I put in. I saw the exact same post that person put up, and I liked the post, not because I liked the sad news. I like the post because I appreciate the group. I appreciate his contributions to music. I like the post to show that I'm also in solidarity with the Wiggins family. I have empathy for them. I know what they're going through. I've been there. So I'm showing my support for the family. Like Toni, like is like a real group. I'm not gonna say was because there's still two of them left, but Toni is a real group, like real. They're real musicians. They play, they write, they play, they compose. They produce, arrange, like they perform live. They got some bangers, but that one banger that they have that ain't never, ever, ever gonna go away. I mean, if society was to be around another 10,000 years, anniversary ain't never gonna die. Anniversary ain't never gonna get old. There's always somebody celebrating an anniversary. Climate change could shift in some type of way. It might just start raining all the time in Southern California. But anniversary ain't never, ever, ever gonna get old. Yeah, just me and you. That was yeah, right, man. That's dope. That's super dope. They got some bangers now. They got some bangers. And see that I forgot about it. See, that's when you know you got bangers, when you got too many for people to remember. And when you got songs that when people talk about your other hit songs and they forget that you had other hit songs, and they have to be reminded, and you go, oh damn, that's right. Well, Lil Walter was dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, they got them. They got bangers. And Lil Walter was super dope because Lil Walter had a message to it. Lil Walter had a social message to it. I don't know how I forget Lil Walter, but I tend to favor songs with social messages. Yeah, because Lil Walter was out of pocket. Lil Walter was out of pocket before we started saying out of pocket. Never rains in Southern California. Yeah. Takesha Harris, what's up? What's up, J Dub? Carl Rock. Kiana. Yep, that's whatever you want. Yeah, yeah. You know, fam, these type of announcements, although they're sad, you know, they're depressing. There is a silver lining to them, right? They are alerts, warnings, if you will, to get your life in order. You know, it's a warning that, you know, to get it in order, get your affairs in order. It's a warning to finish that book that you started 8 years ago. Finish, you know, go ahead and start shooting that documentary that you want to shoot. You know, start that business that you've been wanting to start. Just go ahead, man, do it. because it ain't never going to be a perfect time. So you just got to do it. You just got to go ahead on and start chipping away at whatever it is that you do, whatever that goal is, just start chipping away at it until it's accomplished. Been talking about doing that, getting that wheel, get that wheel, talking about getting that insurance or that trust. Go ahead and do it. Because you just never know. You never know how it's going to go. I'm sure Angie Stone had plans for later that evening. When the van that she was in flipped over on the highway and was hit and was struck by an 18-wheeler. I'm sure everybody on that, everybody in that bus, in that van, had plans to go do this and go do that on that evening. Now, Angie, unfortunately, she died, so she don't get to, she don't get a do-over. But all those other people who were in that van with her bandmates, those dancers, they got a chance to get it right, figure it out. That bladder cancer, man, I don't know anybody that ever died of bladder cancer, but that just sounds painful. That sounds excruciatingly painful. I saw an interview just last week, and I can't remember which member said it, which member of Toni said it, but they were talking about how the group got its name. Because I always thought when I saw Toni, I thought maybe that's their names. All three of them, all three of their names are Toni. Maybe nickname here or something, but maybe all their nicknames are Toni. And I never even investigated after that. But I saw it just last week, one of them explaining how they got their name. And they said they got their name from a character they created and a nickname they gave to a friend. And they thought that it would be funny to name the group Toni. When they was trying to come up with a name for their group, they decided to name the group Toni. So the group consisted of brothers Dwayne and Raphael Wiggins and their cousin, Timothy Riley. So they were saying that they would shop for vintage clothing and big shoes. And they created a character named Toni, and would use the nickname Tony for a friend who always looked good. When they were ready to perform and didn't have a name, they came up with Toni on the spot. Raphael Sadiq was the lead vocalist and bassist in the group, using the name Raphael Wiggins while in Toni. The group released 5 albums, including 2 platinum albums and 1 double platinum album. They had 14 R&B singles that charted on the Billboard charts, including 5 #1 hits. Yeah, they did that. They did that. If you're just not joining, fam, Toni, founding member and guitarist Dwayne Wiggins has died, per a statement from the longtime R&B band. The family released a somber statement on Instagram Thursday, actually Friday, with the broken hearts. We share with you that our beloved Dwayne Wiggins passed away this morning, surrounded by family and loved ones. Over the past year, he has been privately and courageously battling bladder cancer. Through this fight, he remained committed and present for his family, his music, his fans, and his community. The statement continues, Dwayne's life was incomparable, and his music and service impacted millions around the world, including in his hometown of Oakland, California. He was a guitarist, producer, composer, philanthropist, mentor, and founding member of Toni. He was deeply passionate about providing artist development and mentorship to emerging young musicians, helping to shape the early careers of many. The family wrote, "For now, we ask that you continue to respect our privacy. We mourn with you and are deeply grateful for your love and support." Dwayne and the band, including Timothy Christian Riley and Raphael Sadiq, were scheduled to perform at the Grand Theater Center for the Arts in Tracy, California on March 22nd. But the group released a statement a couple of days ago revealing that Dwayne had been sidelined with medical complications we know now to be his cancer. The member on the right is that's their cousin Christian. Well, not Christian, Timothy Riley. So that's Raphael Sadiq on the left. In the middle is Dwayne, his brother, and then that's Timothy Riley, Timothy Christian Riley on the right, their cousin. Ronnie Daniels, what's up? No one. GG. Someone said, do stars always die in 3? Angie Stone, Roy Ayers, Dwayne Wiggins. Well, usually when we say, traditionally when somebody say, death happens in 3s, it typically covers the span of a year. So this is real early. We're only in March for anybody to claim that it happens in 3s. Although we lost 3 people, three icons over the last week. We got a lot of more weeks left in this year. A lot more. So, ooh-wee, man. I know that typically in my family, when we have death, it typically happens in 3s. I can remember maybe 1 year where it didn't happen in 3s, but typically it happens in 3s. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, there you go. Irv Gotti, Angie Stone, Roberta Flack, Dwayne Wiggins, Roy Ayers. That's all this year. On the political side, H-Town, we lost our mayor, our forever mayor, Sylvester Turner. Harry Elston, who many of you may not know, who was the founder of the Friends of Distinction and the voice behind iconic hits like Grazing in the Grass and Going in Circles. He passed away this year. Y'all remember that? You got me going in circles. Oh, around and around I go. I'm caught up over you. Yeah, man. You know, somebody else that passed, Chris Jasper passed, who played a key role in the Isley Brothers' success. Now, this is the beginning, you know, the 70s and the 80s. Gwen McCrae. Y'all remember Gwen McCrae? Let me be your rocking chair. Rock away from here. Let's get it on. Yeah. Come to me, baby. Ooh, let me be your rocking chair. Yeah. Then you had Biggie Mama died this year. Jerry Butler. That's somebody that they didn't really talk about. The Impressions was a cold-blooded act, man. You know, and he was the lead singer. And think about that. He was the lead singer, and Curtis Mayfield was in the group. Sweet beloved. JC, what's up? J Carp. Is that Chaina B? Castle Mount Knights. All right, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Jazz Boys. All right, fam, that's my time. Till next time. Y'all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Unless there's breaking news, I'll see y'all tomorrow. No more talk.